The Joe Rogan Experience.
You know.
You have a very unusual perspective for someone who makes their living as an actor.
What do you mean? Why do you think so?
You're a very thoughtful person. Like, very thoughtful.
I know a lot of thoughtful actors.
I do too.
Yeah.
But it's not common. You got to find them. You got to curate those folks.
Yeah. It's a funny gig by definition. It's like, if you think about all the the yin yang in it, the paradoxes in it, it's like on the one hand, with guys as actors, there will be a lot of, there's a certain kind of, not macho, but there's men will look to play intense roles and
right.
these things. But what you're doing is like, you're playing dress up. Like, you're like, and I always liked the Dorothy Parker, the famous New York, writer, said, "Scratch an actor, you'll find an actress." And I think it's the greatest line. It's not how it sounds, just to be a little, PC. That's not a knock on actresses.
No.
Or but that's the real truth of the whole
Sure.
thing. Is like, we put on makeup, we put on clothes, we play dress up, and we pretend to be other people. And it's like it really is like, when people are like, sometimes my brother and sister will laugh because I've done these certain things that have a certain kind of iconic intensity or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they look at me and they're like, "Are you kidding? Like, have you ever seen the size of his ankles?" They're like, my brother's like, he's such a twerp. Like, my brother's like 2 inches bigger than me and 30 pounds bigger and way stronger, my little brother. And and it's always like, he's a theater nerd. He's not like tough. They're like, don't
when you
buy
played the Hulk.
hype. Yeah, no. But
or American History X. Yeah.
I do think there's it's really funny the way there's a posture in it. Sometimes there's like a public facing posture that some people who are in this trade, this weird thing, will adopt. And it's like, hey man, I hate to tell you, but like you don't have to live into it. I sometimes feel like people are compensating for the fact that what they do, in fact, is play dress up.
Right. Do you think it's also that they have to kind of project this image to ensure that they get more of these tough guy roles, or
maybe I don't know. I think or maybe it's like that's who they wanted to be. Maybe in a weird way they're living into some people. I think they relish the opportunity to change the story of who they are. You know what I mean? They're getting to through getting well known. They're getting this chance to sort of like wipe the slate of whatever it is they were getting away from, and they're getting to, the chance to sort of create a persona that they're happier with than before.
Right, like what they wish they always were.
Yeah.